question is question number 15. The question is, in 1879, 4 British companies emerged to form United African Company. Option A, we have Frederick Lugard. Option B, John Vycliffe. Option C, Tubman Goodyear. Option D, McGregor. Third, the right answer is Tubman Goodyear. Those British companies that merged and formed United African Company are 1. James Crowder's West African Company. 2. David McIntosh Central African Company. 3. William Brothers Firm. And the last one is James Pinocchio's Firm. They merged in 1879 to form what is known as United African Company in 1879. This question is question number 16. The question is, the military normally belongs to the arms of government known as. The military normally belongs to the arms of government known as. The options: option A, we have the legislature and the judiciary. Option B, the executive. Option C, the judiciary. Option D, the judiciary and the executive. So we have 3 different arms of government and they perform different functions but complementary to one another. Those 3 organs of government are the legislature, the executive and the judiciary. The legislature make laws, the executive execute laws, while the judiciary interpret or adjudicate on cases. The military belong to the arm of government known as the executive. Option B is the right answer, the executive. The next question is question number 17. The next question is question number 17. The question says, the major problem of Nigerian federal structure in First Republic was. The major problem of the Nigerian federal structure in First Republic was. Option A, ethnicity. Option A, ethnicity. Option B, politicization of the military. Option B, politicization of the military. Option C, lopsided size of the component units. Option C, lopsided size of the component units. Option D, rigging of elections. Option D, rigging of elections. The right answer is C, lopsided size of the component units. Lopsided size of the component units. The First Republic in Nigeria was from 1963 to 1966, and the First Republic short-lived as a result of the January 15th military coup staged by Chukwuma Kaduna Nzogwu and his co-army officers. The form of government that was in existence then was a form of government called parliamentary system of government, where the head of the state is different from the head of the government. Then we have Tafawa Balewa as the head of the state, as the head of the government, and Nnamdi Azikiwe as the head of the state. This question is question number 18. The next question is question number 18. The question is, under socialism, the control of power resides with the dash. Under socialism, the control of power resides with the dash. In the options, we have peasants. Option A. Option B, bourgeoisie. Option C, nobles. Option D, proletariat. Options, we have option A, peasants. Option B, bourgeois. Option C, nobles. Option D, proletariat. Let's explain the meaning of socialism. Socialism is an economic and political ideology that advocates for collective ownership, regulation and distribution of resources, aiming to reduce economic inequality and promote social welfare. Socialism is an economic and political system that advocates for collective ownership, regulation and distribution of resources, aiming to reduce economic inequality and promote social welfare. The opposite of socialism is capitalism, and the highest level of socialism is communism. In communism, there is classless society, stateless society, and equal society where everyone works together for the common good. The right answer is option D, proletariat. Under socialism, the control of power resides with the proletariat. Option D is the right answer, proletariat. The next question is question number 19. The question is, one of the agreements of the 1957 Constitutional Conference was that. One of the agreement of the 1957 Constitutional Conference was that. In the options, we have option A, Southern Cameroon should constitute a separate region. Option B, a House of Chiefs was to be created in the Western region. Option C, the office of the Speaker of the House of Representatives was to be created. Option D, the police was to be regionalized. The 1957 Constitutional Conference took place in London, and the major focus of that Constitutional Conference was to correct some of the constitutional deficiencies of the Lexington Constitution of 1954. The conference was originally scheduled for 1956, was delayed till 1957 as a result of the political crisis which erupted in the Eastern region. The genesis of the crisis was an accusation on April 1956 by Mr. E.O. Ayo, the chief whip of the NCNC in the Eastern House of Assembly, that Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, the premier of the region, had through the African Continental Bank, converted public money to his private use. The accusation led the Secretary of State for the Colonies to set up a commission of inquiry charged with the responsibility of proving the relationship between the Premier, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, and the ACB. ACB means African Continental Bank. The conference later took place between May 23 and June 26, 1957. One of the agreements is that Southern Cameroon should constitute a separate region. Option A is the answer. Option A is the answer, that Southern Cameroon should constitute a separate region. If you can remember vividly, you will know that NCNC means, National Council of Nigeria and Cameroon, which means by then the southern part of Cameroon was part of Nigeria. The next question is question number 20. The ultimate authority in a state referred to as. Options we have: president, option A; option B, sovereignty; option C, legislator; option D, legitimacy. The options we have: option A, president; option B, sovereignty; option C, legislator; option D, legitimacy. Let us explain some of the items in the options. We have the president. The president has what we call executive power. A place in Nigeria is being elected for a fixed tenure of office, that's 4 years. Though the person can run as well, that is another 4 years, making it 8 years. But after that age, the person will no longer run again. While sovereignty means the absolute power of the state to exercise supreme legal authority over its own affairs within its territory without any form of external control. Legislator are those who belong to the legislative organ of government, and the legislative organ of government is those charged with the responsibility of lawmaking in the country. The legislature might be bicameral legislature or unicameral legislature. Bicameral legislature is a situation where there are two lawmaking bodies in a country. Like in Nigeria, we have the House of Representatives and the House of Senate. While unicameral legislature is where there is only one lawmaking body in a country. Legitimacy is derived from a Latin word called legitimus, and it means lawful or according to the law. Therefore, legitimacy means a situation of being lawful. It can equally mean the general acceptance of the political system as the most appropriate and being in line with the laws of the land. The right answer is sovereignty. Option B, sovereignty, is the right answer. The next question is question number 21. The question says, the most important aspect of political participation in a democracy is. The most important aspect of political participation in a democracy is. The options we have: option A, attending political rallies; option B, voting in elections; option C, registration within political party; option D, the observance of electoral processes. Political participation means a situation in which citizens of a country take active part in the political activities of their country. The opposite of political participation is political apathy. Political apathy: citizens will not show interest in the political activities of their country. The question is, the most important aspect of political participation in a democracy is. Option B is the right answer, voting in elections. Next question is question number 22. The question says, one of the foremost theories of federalism was. The question says, one of the foremost theories of federalism was. In the options, we have option A, A.V.C. Dicey; option B, K.C. Ware; option C, Karl Marx; option D, Baron de Montesquieu. Federalism is a form of government in which power is shared between the government at its unit or government at the center and the other component units. This is a form of government that is in Nigeria, where there is a sharing of power between the federal government, state government, and local government. In the power sharing formula, we have exclusive list, concurrent list, and residual list. It is the federal government that legislates on whatever that is in the exclusive list. And both the federal government and the state government legislate what we have in the concurrent list. And the government at the local level legislate what we have at the residual list. AVC, this is the person that propounded the theory of rule of law. Baron de Montesquieu is the person that propounded the theory of separation of powers. The right answer is option C, Karl Marx. The right answer is option C, Karl Marx.